All right, welcome to another Yin Yoga class. Make sure you have a bunch of props with you. You might not need a bunch, but it's nice to have pillow or pillows or a blanket, a folded up a blanket you could fold up or open up. We're gonna do a frog pose today where a blanket could be helpful. You might not need it, but we'll talk about it when we get there. Yoga block, anything that you think might help support you in some way, grab it, just have it nearby. In today's class we're going to focus on hips. So some different hip openers. We're also, as usual with Yin, we're having longer, kind of slower holds. So we're going to hold poses for a bit, up to 4 minutes, some of the poses today. Some will just be a minute or two, but the idea is to get into this position and then relax and let the stretching, the opening up happen. So we're just trying to get our bodies into a certain shape and then we relax. All right, so we're gonna start an easy pose today. We're gonna start sitting, and you could sit comfortably, crisscross applesauce if you like. You can sit on your feet like I was just doing. You could sit in half lotus if that's comfortable for you, right? One leg all the way up. Whatever works. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands also wherever works. It can be on your knees, palms up or down, in your lap, by your side. Just sit up tall and start breathing through your nose. So if you were breathing through your mouth, just close your mouth. And breathe in and out through the nose. You can close your eyes if you like. Relax your shoulders. And here your abdominal muscles are working, but not quite sucking in super tight like we do in the 26 and 2 class, but also not hanging out like a Buddha belly. You need some support there. Kind of looking for that happy middle ground. If you have thoughts about what you need to do today or anything really outside of yoga, just put them aside for now. You can even say in your head, I'll come back to you later. We're going to do a little bit of a slow neck roll here. So everything stays the same in this seated position. Just lower your head down towards your chest, chin towards your chest. And you can do this eyes closed or open. And just very slowly start rolling towards the left side. Take your time here. Really notice what you feel in different moments of this neck roll. But be gentle. Taking your time. And again, still breathing through your nose. Now, wherever you are, just start to reverse the direction. Head back the other way. Just loosening up, warming up the neck. head back to center. Again, sit up tall, shoulders relaxed. Just take one nice deep breath here. And then if you had them closed, open your eyes. We're going to go into a butterfly pose first. So just bringing your feet together, and you may want some pillows or blocks handy for under your knees, but bringing your soles of your feet together. You can keep them in close to your hips or out further, whichever way works for you. If you'd like, you can tuck some props underneath your knees. And sit up tall here first. Still notice for your hips what's touching the ground. So you really want it to be your sits bones you feel pressed into the ground, not so much your tailbone. If you do feel the tailbone, you can always press into the floor, lift up, and kind of lean your body forward a little bit to get yourself off the tailbone. All right, and then from here, just putting your hands down in front, and we're going to start to forward fold. So here too, as you walk your hands forward, just make sure you have your props within reach, whether it's a block or pillow or anything. But walking your hands forward, you can drop your head down. And then just find that spot where you meet some resistance. Might be in your back or in the hips. And once you meet that first point of resistance, stay there. Breathe through your nose. Adjust the props if you need, but give yourself some support so you can start to relax. So you've achieved the first shape you're looking for when you meet that resistance. And we want the props to hold us here. It feels like that first point of resistance is released. You can always adjust and walk your arms forward a little bit more. Depending on how far you go into it, you can use your arms as a prop here too, right? They can support you. About 1 more minute. Now to release, use your arms, press your hands into the floor, walk your way back up. Take your time here. Using your arms rather than your back to lift your way back up. All the way to that starting position. Now we're going to go into caterpillar. You can move your props to the side again. If you need, just keep them in reach. Extend your legs in front of you. Same idea here. You want to feel your sits bones on the ground. If you feel the tailbone pressing into the ground, just lift your hips up a little bit. You can lean forward to get off of the tailbone. And now same idea. From here, hands at your side. Just going to start to walk your hands forward. Coming into another forward fold, this time legs out in front of you. Can bend your knees if you feel a lot of stretch behind the legs here in the hamstrings. And again, as you get to that first point of resistance, that's where you're going to try to hold, and you might throw some pillows under your body or a block. Prop your head up if you need. And you're looking to relax. So relaxing through the legs, relaxing through the hips. Start to relax into the upper body. So your belly is loose here. You've got enough support with the props, you can try to relax your shoulders and arms. And your head just hanging down. You can totally lean on a prop here, but you want to relax your neck. We're using gravity now to start to work through the glutes or the low back. Even in this pose, you could close your eyes if you like. You've got about another minute. So notice where you feel it. Coming out of this the same way you went in, use your hands. Walk them back. Slowly coming up, let your head hang. Once you get all the way back up, you can move your props to the side. And now we're going to do a stump. So bring your feet in, bend your knees. Wrap your arms around your legs. You can open your legs up too, that's okay. But you want to pull your knees in towards your chest. Sit up super tall. I'm just going to take a few breaths here. We're going to release the right leg, so we're going to do a half stump. So keeping the left leg up and the arm around the leg, just bring your right leg extended out in front of you. And now we're going to do a twist here. So using your right arm, you can wrap it around your left knee, You can bring your left arm behind you, sitting up tall still, and look back over your left shoulder. Just a little twist for your spine. And then gently untwist. Keeping the right leg out, we're doing half cow face now. Bring your left leg across. So knee is bent, your left foot is coming towards your right hip. It's okay if it sticks out, but your left knee in front of you, kind of over that right leg. And now hands next to you and start to walk them forward. You're going to fold forward a little bit. And again, here you might use a prop, either for your head or your body. Just find a spot. We're not going to stay too long in this. Find a spot with that support where you can start to relax. And now this is the third forward fold we've done early in class. Maybe notice how this one feels different. And how it's different for you. Feel it more in the hips. Maybe you feel it more in your back. And to release, use your hands, walk them back up, walk yourself back up. Take your time. You're going to bring your left leg back where it started in that half stump and bring your right leg up. So we're going to go into stump again. Chest up tall, just a few breaths here. And now same thing on the other side. We're going to release the left leg, extend it in front. Keeping the right leg up where it is, half stump, chest up tall. And now just bringing the left arm around the knee, right arm behind. A twist for the right side, to the right side. And then coming back to center, gently untwisting. Do half cow face on the other side, so bring your right leg across now. Knee ideally on top of the left leg. If it doesn't get all the way there, no worries. Same idea. Hands behind or by your side, start to walk them forward. Our last forward fold. Again, use props as needed here. So support yourself, and we're going to be in this for just about a minute. Try to relax your hips here, relax the leg that's on the floor, and relax the leg on top, the right leg. use your hands, walk yourself gently back up. So let your head come up last, take your time. All right, bring the right leg out front. You can shake the legs out a little bit. Use your arms for support while you do it. And go side to side a little bit. All right, so we're gonna get more into the hips now with a deer pose. So deer pose, there are a few different ways that you can get into this. We're gonna go through one of them today. So you're gonna lean towards the right side, bend your right knee, and bring your leg back. So if you're used to the 26 and 2 class, think of fixed firm, but just for the right leg. So my left leg is still bent in front of me, kind of like my foot's near the right knee, my heel. So keeping this leg in close to the hip and sit up tall. You can use your hands, chest up. And so you can stay here. For some people, this is a lot of pressure on the knee. You can always lean to that side a little bit. Ideally, you're getting your right hip down, but that might not happen. So if this is a bit of pressure on the knee, or it's just too uncomfortable for you, you can try this. This may be more uncomfortable for some, but less for some. You can lean a little towards that left side, turn your foot out, so your foot is pointing out to the side, and think of your lower leg and foot at a 90-degree angle, and then trying to sit back down. Now this might be more for the knee, or less. You can adjust more and bring that foot out to the side, so away from your hip. And then same idea, trying to sit your hips down. So just find out which spot here feels best for you. Generally, bringing the leg out and having that foot pointed out is going to be more intense on the hip. But you don't want a lot of pressure on your knee. And now from here, you're going to use your arms. You can use your arms for support. And just trying to let the hips relax. And so again, trying to relax, and slowly, gravity over time will bring that right hip down to the ground. Maybe not today. But so what you're doing here is getting an external rotation in the left hip with an internal rotation of the right hip. And if you're in a position where your knee is bothering you in this pose, you can always change it. Right? Again, bring the heel back in closer. So the more the knee is bent here, the more of a flex you have there, the less of a twist you'll get on the knee. And generally, opening out wider is going to create a little more pressure, a little more of that twist. Again, you're going where you can. Just a couple more breaths. All right, and now to release, lean towards your left side to release that pressure on the right hip and knee. You can bring that leg back out in front of you. Just take your time. We're going to go to the other side. So left foot on the floor first. Bend the right knee down in front of you. Right leg is bent in front of you. Lean to the right side. And now this side, again, you're going to feel it out, right? You can do that fixed firm position where your heel is right with your hip, top of your foot flat on the floor, or you can point your toes out to the side. I'm going to turn. Right? So you're either in tight or toes out, foot out. And the same idea, you can have it close or extend the leg out. Generally, the more you extend your leg out, the more you're going to get into the hip. But again, you don't want to feel this a lot in your knee. All right, so we're going to stay here for just about 2 minutes. Chest up. And trying to relax in the legs. Relax in your hips. Let your arms be the support. If you're like me and your hip cannot get to the floor, that's okay. The point is not to get, it is not a competition for depth. It's really, in Yin, you're looking to hold things for a while. So this pose, and we're about a minute in. We got 1 more minute. You're looking to find this spot where you can stay and feel some good stuff. Maybe you feel this more in your left hip than your right hip. Again, different for everybody. 30 more seconds. To release, lean to your right side. Gently bring that left leg back out in front of you. We're going to do some windshield wipers. So sit on your bum, knees are bent, so you can lean back into your hands and just kind of take them side to side. There's no race, right? No rush, it's your pace. Just looking to kind of loosen things up. And you can take them separately, right then left, left then right. All right, we're gonna move into a frog pose now. So for frog, if you have a hard surface, you might wanna have a blanket kind of folded up for you. I'll show you. I think I'll be okay on my surface, but here, you might wanna have a blanket ready for underneath the knees. So frog, and you could always fold it up more on the ends to support your knees. Frog, we're going to start in tabletop. All right, and then from tabletop, you're going to open your knees up. Open your feet up too. So my feet are going to follow the knees, and your feet are going to point out. So kind of like we had in that deer pose. Right, one of those options was to have your feet out. So thinking a 90-degree angle at your knees, 90-degree angle at your ankle. We're walking the knees out. So here too, you're going to feel it out. Find a spot where you feel it. And then you can start to come down. You can lean your body forward too to come down. So notice hips ideally are right in line with your knees. But to come in, you could always lean forward a little bit, come down to the forearms, and then ease back. But you generally are looking to have knee to hips to knee is one line. So if you look from the ceiling, there'd be one line there. And here too, you can use your arms for props. You can prop your head up. I forgot my prop, but I have some extras here. Okay, so we're letting gravity open up the hips. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Staying here for about 3 minutes. So if you need to ease the intensity on the hips, you can always bring them forward a little bit. Right, so you would move them out of line with the knees. About a minute left. If your mind wandered off, just bring it back. Focus on your breath. Now to release from this, you do want to bring your body forward. Bring your hips forward. And then you can walk your knees in gently. We're going to do a wide knee child's pose, so keeping your knees open. Your knees stay wide. You can bring your feet together. Sit your hips back. Bring your body down, your head down. Relax your head on the mat, on the floor. If you need a prop for that too, you can always throw something under your head. Just gonna stay here for a minute, breathe. Now use your arms to gently push yourself up. Take your time. We're going to come all the way up to seated. And now we're going to do a pigeon. So going into tabletop. Knees under the hips. Wrist under the shoulders. We'll start on the left side. So bring your left knee to the outside edge of your left wrist, and then scoot your left foot forward. Just being mindful of your left knee here. Slide the right leg back to lower your hips. So eventually the more open you get, the more parallel you'll get your shin to the front of your mat. Slide the back leg, the right leg back. Keep your chest up, so up on your hands, nice and tall. Breathe, and now you're looking to relax through your hips. So again, your arms are your support to start. So the arms are going to do some work. If you need a prop, you can always throw a prop underneath the hips. Looking for hips to be parallel to the floor. You can even look up here if you want. Again, hip opener. Notice how each hip feels here. Maybe notice if you're looking up how that changes the feeling. Now you can stay up here if you're enjoying it. If you want to add some intensity for the left hip, you can start to come down to your forearms. Lower your body down, drop your head down. And even here, if you're noticing I don't really feel it, what I'm looking for in my left hip, you can come back up some, walk your foot forward a little bit, and try to come back down. You can always adjust, especially here as we're getting into it. Once you're ready to drop your head and body down, you can grab a prop for your head or your body, but really your forearms, your elbows can support you here. And you can use your hands to support your head at whatever height you need. And relax. We've got about 2 more minutes in it. Just about 30 seconds here, so a few breaths. Now start to lift your head up. And come back up onto the hands, back the way we came through. Coming back up tall. Tuck your right toes under, lift your hips up some. And we're going to come back into our downward dog. You can pedal your knees, move your hips and low back. Times, a few times, and now bend both knees some. Press your chest towards your thighs. Head is down. Right, drop your head, and now gently try to straighten your legs from there. Your heels might not get to the floor. Your legs might not get straight. That's okay. Take a nice deep breath. And now bend both knees, gently coming back down to tabletop. All right, going into pigeon on the other side. Bring your right knee up to the outside edge of your right wrist. Scoot your right foot forward. Again, mindful of your knee. Just as far forward as is good for you. And now slide the left leg back, lowering the hips. Same thing on this side. We're gonna stay up tall on your hands. Trying to relax into the hips. Pigeon, you could feel in either hip or both hips. Doing different things with each hip. So stretching the front of your left hip, your hip flexors, working into the glutes of the right hip. And you can look up here if you like. Might change how you feel on the front side of your body. Take a nice deep breath. And now if you want to move forward, just start to come down to your forearms. And lower your body and head down. Prop yourself up however you need. Also, still feel the hips. You want to make sure you're not leaning over to one side, right? Not caving into the right side or the left side. Your hips are parallel to the floor. Once you're in this spot again, looking to relax. So relax your left leg that's all the way back. Relax the right leg, right hip. Got about 1 more minute on this side. If your mind went off, again, bring it back to now. Bring it back to what you feel. To come out of this one, start to lift your head and body up. Coming slowly, gently back up onto your hands. Lift your hips, tuck your left toe under, left toes are under. Coming back through downward dog. Pedal your knees. again, just the way we've been doing this. Bend your knees a little bit, both knees. Press your chest towards your thighs. And now gently try to straighten your legs. And breathe. Nice deep breath. And bend both knees, coming back down to the ground on the knees. We're going to go into a child's pose here again. You can do this with your knees close, feet close, or open your knees, sitting the hips back towards your heels. Bring your body down, your head down. You can do arms stretched out in front of you, or bring arms back by your sides. We're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. If you have your arms in front, you could even just bend your elbows and use your hands for your head. Feel the breath in the back of your rib cage. You notice how deep breaths make your lower back feel here. Bring your arms to the front. If they were by your side, start to use your hands and arms to gently push your body up. All right. Lying down now for the last couple things. Lying on your back. We're going to do a wind removing pose first with both legs up. So you can grab your knees with your hands, you can reach around your legs. Maybe you grab your hands or wrists or something, or fingertips, and just relaxing. So you want to make sure you can relax your head down, your shoulders down, your hips down. So it's not quite like the 26 and 2, unless that works for you, where you can relax down. Right, you're going where you can here. Just breathe. So the only work is really in the grip, your hands, your fingers. Relax your hips. Relax your shoulders. You can also prop your head up if you need it here. Transition into happy baby now. So you can let your knees open and extend your knees a little bit, extend the lower legs. Try to grab the outsides of your feet, or you can grab your big toes with your middle and index fingers. And then again, relax your shoulders back down, and just holding on with that grip to gently pull the knees towards the floor. If getting a grip on the outsides of your feet is not working, you could always grab your ankles, or come down and grab behind your knees. Right, but the idea is that once you do it, you relax. Other than the grip, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. I'm gonna hold this for about 2 minutes. And if grabbing the feet, you realize I can't hold that for 2 minutes, again, switch your grip. You can even bring your hands down all the way just so that your elbows are on the floor, and hold down here. And the important part is that you're somewhere that you can hold. You can breathe normally. About 30 seconds left. Take a few nice deep breaths. Right, and then gonna gently release your hold on the feet or the legs. Let your feet come back down, feet back to the floor, and then extend your legs for corpse pose. So arms down, legs down. You might want to grab a blanket. This is our last pose. If you want some extra warmth, throw a blanket over yourself. You can put a pillow under your head. You can let your arms and legs open up a little bit. It's really all about you. The whole class is all about you, and this is no different. So you want to get somewhere where you can comfortably relax, but on the floor, with the floor supporting you. You can close your eyes. Breathing through your nose, nice, easy breaths. As you breathe, you can scan your body. We'll do a little scan together, starting down at the toes. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your lower legs. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your belly. Relax your back. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arms. Relax your elbows. Relax your forearms. Relax your wrists. Relax your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Relax your forehead. Relax against the floor. Take as much time as you like here in Savasana. When you feel ready to move again, start small, wiggling your toes or fingers, and maybe moving hands, moving feet. Take your time. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.